Hello friends, welcome to Learno Plus. I am Gaurav Verma and here we are on the fifth chapter of this Python tutorial and control statements, for loop, while loop and nested loops. Why do we need the loops? You need to do a particular kind of task again and again, Suppose you draw a picture, very good picture, and I told you draw it 50 times or 100 times the same work with some changes. So you can see in the stop motion animation. So this again and again repeating work is called loop. It need a loop. So whenever in programming we also need to repeat our codes with some increment, decrement or some changes. So whenever we need these kind of changes in our programming, we are using for loops, while loops for our works. So there could be different combination of the loops. So I will go through the practical of this looping. So here we go guys with the list color, and I'm using the red, green, blue and black, or many colors. So how I can using a for loop. So I'm using a for loop for a particular variable in a range, in a particular range, or we can also use as indexes in list. So what is our list? Which is list color. So check for what I am telling to interpreter, that check for all the indexes in the list color. It will run for as many as times indexes in the list color. Means how many indexes we have in the list color, our program will run till the last index. So suppose we have 5 index, or we are having a string of 100 or 1000, so it will run that times. So print that index and I will run the file, and it print all the members, red, green, blue, yellow. So I'm checking list number 12, 1, 2, 3 numbers. So I'm using for loop, and for index in list color, print all the indexes, print all the index. And also using another loop under previous loop, for loop, check for variable in list number and print the no number is, and I have to convert the number in the string format. So it will print, and the color is, and plus sign color is index, and for variable I will run the file, and I got, you can see here what red. And what is going to happen here for color red, all the variables under the list number printed under color red. It means what? For during first loop, the first round of the first loop, the second loop is run full times, as many as indexes in the list number. Then again it will return to the second loop of the first for loop, and again the second loop run how as many as times indexes of the list number. So it will continue till the end of the first loop. So you can see here color red, all the numbers will be it will print all the numbers. It will go to the first loop and print the first second line, color is green, and then it will print all the colors, and so on. It will repeat again and again. So this is the example of nested for loop. I have to use step by step. So first for loop is run, and then the second loop is run. So list is equals to, so concatenation of the both the list. The concatenated value of both the list color and list number is in the list concat, and when I run the file, it will print the concat. So I have to change it with list concat and print my index, print a variable, list concat, print variable. So it will print twice it the concatenated list. I can also sort the value of the list. So sort the value of the list, sort, so it will sort the value. So you can see here the sorted list is printed, and for x in range 100, print x, and we will run the file. X is printed 100 times by changing the value by 1. Means we can print a counting simply by x in range 100. 100 is not printed. because it will taking the range by default from 0. From 0 to it will print 100 times. If I will start from 5 and using Control F5, so run the program, so it will start from 5 but end before the 100, just before the 100. So if I am using 6, it will print only 5. So I will make some modification here. Y is equals to 1 and print y into y. So it will print 10 times the square of the y. So what I have to do, 1 into 1 into 1, so I need to increase the value again. So I am using a code y is equals to y plus 1, increase it by 1, and I will run this file. So we got the square of all the numbers, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, and so on. You can play with the numbers by changing the values, I means calculated values. So you can print tables and you can print squares, cubes, or any mathematical series you can print by using this loop and using the range. So when I change the value by operator y plus y, so it print all the even numbers, and I can also print all the odd numbers by using the x. So I can also use the x here. So printing star formation by using for loop. So we will print different pyramid, arrows, and other things using star print. So y is equals to star and print y. So we can print a star. We can add y again and again. So I'm repeating this process to printing multiple stars, to print multiple stars. So what I need to use a for loop. So I'm using a for loop x in range. How many times I want to print it. So I'm giving this the loop will be run for 10 times and print my star for the 10 times. So it printing the star for the 10 times, or any object you can print. So I have to make some changes here. So what I need to do, I have to increase the value of y. So y plus y, so it will print the square of all the y. So I have to take another variable to store the star so that it could be properly printed. So I'm using another variable z is equals to star. So y plus z, now it will increase by 1 only. So star will be printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how it's working, there you can see here the black spaces and the star spaces. Spaces are important, not after the star but before the stars. So for first loop, y is equal to star is printed and printed, then y is star and z is star, and both the star is added and used as a 2 star, and the process is repeated for the second, and y is equals to double star plus the z fixed, which is a fixed star. So it will print the 3 star, and so on loop will continue. So how it will print a star, and after first loop it will print double star, and then third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on it will be continue. So we will print a formation like first series, second series, and the reverse of an arrow. These step spaces are important before the star. So I will check for a condition if x is greater than 5 and colon print the, now we need to print the stars in the reverse form. So print y star. Now what I had to do, I had to take a variable, two variable, a 6 times star and c5. So print a and c. So I'm going to using a block c into c and decrease the c by 1. So what I'm going to do by using this code, so star arrow is printed. How the code is working here, so these are the indexes of the star, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is start from the last. For the first case, AC into C, so before the first loop C is 5, and it means what? Print the object of at index 5. What is at 5? Which is a star. So print star how many times? 5 times. You can see highlighted in the image. And for the second times, value of C is modified, which is 4, and print the fourth number index 4, which is a star also. So print star 4 for 4 times. So you can see it is highlighted. Similarly, it goes below to the first star. So we can modify these stars by adding spaces into them. So we can change our arrow by giving some space. So how it will work that we are using this code to print this section, and then when this condition will be false, we will switch to this condition for the value above 5, from the value of 5. So this code is used to print this section. Means this code can print a shape like that of any object. So it could be a space also. So we will put these spaces over here in the form is this. So these star will be shifted over here like that. So star shape will be like that. So I'm just copy pasting this add by using different variables here. I'm taking the variables here and b space, and I will increase the space. I will add the space here in the print, and I will change or increase the value of space by 1, which is d. So b plus d, because string integer will not work with it, so I'm using this d. So b plus b into a variable, we can use the space here. We are replacing the spaces, start with the spaces, and d is equal to 5. So same code will be added before the y. So we need to add the space before the y. This code will print the star, and this code will be print the spaces and the stars below. So variable are changed. So you can see here what happened. We print these stars by this code, and we are using this code with different variables here to add the space here, and the y is similar as previous code to print these stars. So this star is shape is printed. Now we need to shift the stars below. So what we will do, we will do the same code revision here. Y, we will take another variables to add the spaces below in the reverse order. So I am taking this e plus f, and it will add my spaces here. So I will multiply it by 2. So I got the 2 arrows. I will multiply it by 10. So I will got the 10 arrows. So this is the way you can print the arrows and multiply the things by using a programming or for loop. Now we will print a diamond shape, double diamond shape. So first we need to print a diamond. So I'm doing nothing, just by adding the y and e. It means by a single code, you can changing a single value. I can change multiple things in the output, but I have to calculate these things. So you need to calculate where you want to print a shape of a star. Let me show you. Whenever this loop will run, it will run one condition and second condition for 10 times. So half part will print a y. The y is always, means wherever you are using y, it will print a shape like that. And wherever you are using e, it will print the shape of this. So in the above section of this code, there is a increment in stars, and the below section there is a decrement of stars. And to print a diamond, I just need to change some values. I will just print my a. See the same code I will print, and now my diamond is printed for the first time. Now I can just multiply the things, the whole bracket, and I got the double diamond. What happened actually here, the spaces problem, spaces after the star problem. I have to add spaces. First of all, I will need spaces between the two stars, and copy paste or plus and add some space. And here you can see the spaces after the stars are compensated with the spaces before the star. I need to change in the code. So what I will change in the code, spaces are compensated, you can see here, by this. So I have to multiply this code by 2. The code of spaces, the code of spaces. So in the first section, in the true, if the condition is true, what is the code for spaces? The code for spaces is BD into D. So I have to multiply this BD into D by 2. So spaces twice is added in the bracket. I have to use into bracket. And below also I have to multiply the spaces by 2. E2. So you can see here double diamond are printed. What I have to do? You have to just utilize your mind, your brain, to understand this basic concept by starting from simple things like printing stars and objects and some calculation, some series of the for loop. List of list matrix print using for loop. So list of list and matrix is a basic and simple example for loop. So I'm taking a list 1 of multiple list 1 to 3 comma another list 3 4 5 5 6 7, and you can see here the list under a list. So there are indexes under indexes, indexes under indexes. So I will print the list by print list, print my list 1. So it printed the whole list. I can print a particular portion of my matrix. So it print 1 1 is 4. So how the value stores by the list? The indexes of the first list is 0 1 2 0 1 2 0 1 2 and 0 1 2. So it form a matrix. It form a matrix. Which kind of matrix is formed? Let's see. It could be a matrix and 1 2 1 3 4 x into y. So this kind of matrix is stored inside, so we can use the value to print it. So if I will use a for loop, so I can print all the values I and j for 0 1 2, and I will print this result to change the range with the 3 and ij. So 0 1 2 not 3, and the ranges are printed over here. If you like the video, please like the video and subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video.